Hey there, YouTube. So the Nintendo 64 is my favorite system of all time and will remain so, um, probably until I die. The reason being is that it was one of the first consoles that I was really excited to get when I was growing up. Um, and it was one of the first consoles that I actually owned. And I just have a ton of nostalgia for it. So here are my 5 favorite Nintendo 64 games of all time. Now, this may not be your list, and that's okay. You may have some of these games on your list of top 5 games for the Nintendo 64, but um, they may be in a different order. That's okay too. We all have opinions. So, without further ado, oh, and by the way, the top game might be a surprise to you. They're all common, but the top game might actually be a surprise to you, so stay till the end. So, my first game on this list at number 5 will be Wave Race 64, just because it's a really fun game, obviously, since it's on this list. And it's great to play in multiplayer. I did have a lot of fun as a kid growing up playing with friends at this game, and it's just a game that you can get into and just zone out and have a good time. The music is great, and it just puts you in the zone, as it were. Next on my list at number 4 is Goldeneye 64. Now, this game, when it came out, was a lot of fun, of course, since it's on the list. I say that a lot. But this game is also great in multiplayer. Honestly, it's probably better known for its multiplayer than anything. And it probably popularized the genre of multiplayer shooters, in all honesty. And the thing is that the multiplayer was actually added on at pretty much the last second of development. So we may have not had the multiplayer at all if it had not been for that. Next on my list at number 3, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, honestly, this could have been higher on my list, but over the years, it's kind of dropped down a bit for me, in all honesty. Um, the 3DS version is a lot better, in all honesty. One, because it's portable, and um, two, because there's a little bit better graphics on it. Um, it got spruced up a bit, but this game still was a ton of fun when I was growing up. I spent a lot of time just enjoying the scenery and wandering around and exploring and catching fish. And I spent a lot of time just catching fish in this game, um, and it was just a ton of fun. Next up at number 2, we have Super Mario 64. Um, Now, honestly, this was the first place, the first place on this list was a toss-up between this game and the game that's going to precede this game on this list. But ultimately, I chose something else. So, Mario 64 is a game that I still play to this day. When I fire up an N64, I pop this in and I go through and I beat Mario 64, and then I just go do something else. But I still play this game to this day because it is that fun. This game defined 3D gaming as we know it today. Now, number one on this list may come as a surprise, but I love Cruisin USA. I loved it in the arcade, and I love the N64 version as well. They're pretty much the same thing, but this game just puts me in the zone. To this day, I still love this game. I actually want an arcade in my home of this game. Uh, it's the music and the atmosphere and just the driving mechanics, even though they're all wonky, I still love them. And I still play this game to this day. And I just want a one-up cabinet of this game. I know it's probably never going to happen because Nintendo owns the license, and this game is probably going to stay in their vault forever, and we're never going to see it again. But I just love this game, and I'm going to keep the cart forever, and I'm going to play this game on my Nintendo 64 forever and ever. So I still play this game to this day, and I love this game, and that's why it's number one on my list. So what are your favorite games for the Nintendo 64? Sound off in the comments, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe. And if you like this, I may do one in the future, so let me know. Or I may do another one in the future. I'm not editing this. Bye-bye!